Hello everyone, this is Xephyr here, and welcome to the Monster Hunter Rise demo. I've already played this a little bit. I'm sure you saw that I'm down to 28 quests. It was too late to record last night, and I just didn't feel like recording that late, but I did want to play the demo, so I played it a bit. I did the little training things, which I'm kind of glad I did, because we don't need to do those on video here, because it's they're very basic. They don't really... If you've played Monster Hunter, you'll kind of get them without needing to go through the training. The Wyvern Riding one was kind of helpful, but not really. Like, it's stuff that you can figure out on your own without actually having to go through the training. I don't quite know how I feel yet. It's clearly Monster Hunter, and it is fun. But when I was playing, I was running into a lot of frame rate drops. Not like massive ones, probably only like a couple of frames. Maybe it was dropping to like 25 frames. However, when you come from playing at 60 frames plus, it's jarring, and it makes things feel sluggish and unresponsive. From the little bit of research I've done, it sounds like most people are running into that issue if they do play the online, which is what I was doing. I was in the online because initially Capcom said that if you use the online, you have unlimited plays. That's not true. You're limited just like if you play the offline. So I've heard that playing the offline helps. I've also heard that playing in handheld mode helps, but we can't play in handheld mode because I can't record from handheld mode. So we're going to be... at least doing the single player instead of the online this time, and hopefully it will run better. But that is my biggest concern right now, is the game needs to at least be a smooth 30 frames per second. If it's not, it'll be rough. So we'll see. Other than that, everything else seems pretty usual for Monster Hunter. I'm still having to kind of get my muscle memory fixed up because there are new buttons to hit for certain things, and some stuff has changed. But overall, it's very similar. My only concern right now is the frame rate. As long as there's a fix for that, or maybe when the full release comes out, it won't be a problem. This is a demo after all. As long as that gets resolved, there's nothing to really worry about. It's a ton of fun, and it's very Monster Hunter, so that's fine. Just even looking at this opening cinematic, the graphics are very good. Yeah, they're not Iceborne level, but as I discussed in the digital event video, that doesn't matter. They're perfectly modern. They're up to snuff for games of the current well, I guess now it would be last generation. But for the PS4, Xbox One, Switch generation, the graphics are at the top. I think, at least. I know there are going to be people who are going to argue that, if you played... There are plenty of PS4 and Xbox One games that have better graphics. My only point is that this is up there. It's good. It's not... It doesn't look like a PS2 or PS3 game. It looks like the last generation. Yes, it does not look like a PS5 or Xbox Series X game, of course. It doesn't look like a PC game. Whatever. But it does look... For the generation the Switch came out with, it looks... correct for that, so I'm happy with all that. So no complaints other than frame rate. If frame rate gets cleared up, we're in good shape. Do I think it's going to be my favorite Monster Hunter ever? I can't say. Right now I'm thinking no. I don't think it's going to top Iceborne for me. However, this is just a demo. We don't know what the final game is going to be exactly yet. There could be some things in that do make it top or equalize. It's hard to say. But Wirebug is pretty okay. I'm not using it as much as I think I probably should, but I think that's mainly because I'm still getting used to the controls. I don't know that I like certain moves being tied to the Wirebug, but for balance purposes, that might be what they had to do to make it balanced. I don't know what word I was looking for there, but yeah, it's just gonna take more playing to really figure out how I feel in the grand scheme of comparing it to Iceborne, and really I should be comparing it to World, because Rise most likely will not have a G rank, so it will be comparable to World, and I'm sure at some point we'll have a Monster Hunter Rise Ultimate that will be comparable to Iceborne. So really I should be comparing it to World, and in that case, I mean, I like Iceborne better than World, obviously, so, you know, do you wrap them together or not? Who knows? But in any case, it's definitely good. I am enjoying the demo more than I ever enjoyed Generations Ultimate, as many of you probably know from watching my Monster Hunter videos. I did not enjoy Generations and Generations Ultimate because I didn't like styles and arts. They just didn't feel right to me. The Wire Bug doesn't feel like that. It feels closer to the Clutch Claw, and I know I don't like the Clutch Claw, but I do think I like the Wire Bug better than the Clutch Claw. But unfortunately, some of the moves that were just part of World and Iceborne's movesets have been attached to the Wire Bug, and I think that's where my issue comes in. Most notably for Longsword, the Spirit Helm Breaker is attached to the Wire Bug. One sec. I have to deal with my cats. I didn't want to have to do this, but they're fighting. Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, so let's go ahead and jump in, and I can give more thoughts as we play it. I really hope that in solo, these frame rate issues won't appear, because I mostly play solo anyway. So if I have to stay in solo even in the final game to keep a smooth frame rate, I'm fine with that. I can absolutely deal with that. So we'll start with slaying a great Azuchi. Slay a great Azuchi. Take care its two little pals don't overwhelm you. Now, there's no character creation. We just have to pick a weapon, and otherwise the characters are all custom made. This is cool, though. In solo, you get both a Palamute and a Palico. If you go on to the online, you only get to pick one, even if you're playing by yourself. I hope that's not the case in the final game. I hope if I decide to go in the Gathering Hub alone, I still get to use both my little furry friends. Because my plans were to use probably a Palico and a Palamute, or two Palicos, because I prefer cats personally. I like dogs, but I like cats better. I guess we'll see when the game comes out. But we're going to, of course, use the Longsword. Charges up the Spirit Gauge as you cut into your prey and can unleash powerful Spirit Blade attacks. Also allows for technical dodge and counter-attack combat. I'm assuming the technical dodge means the Foresight Slash, and counter-attack is similar to the Foresight Slash in a sense. There is a Wire Bug move. I'll show it off when we get in here. And I do warn you, I am not very good at this yet. I might be decent at Iceborne, but so far on Rise, I'm not great. As you can see, loading times are back. Okay. Hey, it kept my name. That's kind of cool, but you don't get to name your pets. Those names are random from some pool. So, supply box is the norm. There's also a camp here, obviously. You can go into the tent, similar to World and Iceborne. Let's just see if we have anything in the tent. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and restock, because it doesn't even start me with a full set of stuff. Now, one thing that I believe I noticed is that the max potion no longer gives you a full health bar. It just fills you to full health. And I think this is because you're now supposed to pick up Endemic Life to get boosts. So, like, I know this is a waste, but I want to show you. If I use a max potion, watch, my health bar doesn't increase. It stays the same. It just fills it to full. However, there's Endemic Life out there that you can grab that will increase your health or stamina bar. I don't know how I feel about that. Hopefully eating still will fill out your health bar. I don't want to have to hunt down Endemic Life every quest to get my health bar full. It does kind of weaken the max potion a bit, because the max potion used to be a thing that you could eat right after you faint to get your health right back up to full. If I have to hunt down Endemic Life every time, that's going to be a nightmare. Now, this is cool. No longer do you have Raider Ride, you now have Ride Your Palamute. And you're in full control. It doesn't just go to a target. You can completely control it with the left analog stick, which is nice. It also will sprint, and you can make it drift, and then it does like a burst of speed afterwards. It's crazy. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Like, some of these things are really cool. They're nice evolutions from what World added. So some of this stuff is great. So here's like an Endemic Life. So this, I'm very torn on the Endemic Life because I don't like, as I said, I don't want to have to collect Endemic Life to max out my health bar or my stamina bar. I think that's silly. However, what I do like is things like this that make the Endemic Life have more purpose other than just collecting them. I can grab a wire bug that's just randomly out here, and now I get 3 wire bug charges. The third one will wear off eventually, but if I find another wire bug Endemic Life, I can grab it, and boom, I've got that third charge back. So I do like that they've made Endemic Life more useful, so it's not just there for you to collect and then forget about. But again, I'm not a fan of having to find the health and stamina. I wish those ones were kind of gone. Unless once we can start eating food at the tea shop or canteen or whatever it's going to be this time. See, that one gives me an attack up boost for a limited period, so that's cool. If we find out once we can test eating and things that that we get full health and stamina and we can eat at camp after a faint and stuff like that, then it won't bother me anymore. Then the Endemic Life will just be a nice bonus. But as it is now, it concerns me. So things do feel a bit better this time than they did the last time I played. So it does feel like it must have just been the frame rate. So these are Jagras, obviously, which makes me think that we're not just getting Royal Ludrith. Great Jagras should be in this game. Like, why would they put in the Jagras if they're not going to put in the Great Jagras? So that's kind of cool. That might be another confirmed monster, being Great Jagras. Obviously, as I said, we also know that Royal Ludrith has been confirmed, but still, this is nice. So yay. So yeah, so far, you know, things are feeling better today. It's also totally possible that it's just because, as you can see there, I got health bar +5. You should have saw my health bar expand a little bit, so I have 5 more max health. But yeah, it might be that my eyes just have adjusted to the lower frame rate, but I really do think it is feeling better. So I'm really hoping that solo play is nice and smooth, like it seems to be right now. So this is the Great Azuchi. So far, moves all still feel the same. We still have the special sheath, though I think it got a new name, and I don't remember what it is. I think it's called, like, something stance. We can probably look at it in the menu. Oh, another nice thing that we have back. Oops. We can pause. This is huge. Now, obviously, you can only do that in solo play, but having pause again is great. So yeah, this is Great Azuchi. The one thing I haven't tried, so the Spirit Helmbreaker I know is a type of Iron Silk move or Wire Bug move, but I wonder... Okay, yeah, so if you just hit what you used to hit for the Spirit Helmbreaker, it just does a Spirit attack. Unfortunate. Oh, it didn't even do any kind of jump attack there off the slide. That sucks. So this thing's pretty cool. It has a lot of slicey moves. So this is the Spirit Helmbreaker. I don't like how it works now because it seems like it doesn't do near... Oh, crap. I see, like, I over-jumped it even though I was behind it. So it's harder to hit with, harder to aim with, and it doesn't seem to hit nearly as many times. Before it did, like, 6 or 7 hits, and now it does a lot less. The other, and it could be just because the Great Azuchi's smaller, but I'm not sure. The Foresight Slash also feels not as good. It feels like it takes longer for it to go into effect, and I'm feeling the frames again, so I do think that it is having frame issues. Stamina's fine. Ah, I hit Foresight late. Yeah, Foresight feels like it's got more delay on it. It's harder to use at the right time. And that's kind of annoying. And you get the noise that you succeeded really, really late. Also, if you didn't notice there, I did the Spirit EI slash properly, and in doing that, you can follow it up now. Instead of with the Spirit Helmbreaker, you can follow it up with the... if you do it right, obviously, you can... see? Oh, I hate that that misses so easily. But you can follow it up with a... like the end of your Spirit combo. See, Helmbreaker's crap now, because you can't... You have to hit the monster when you do the thing, the wire bug move, and it shoots you over the monster. So I'm still very torn on whether I like... And see, like, how was that not Foresight? The only thing I can think is maybe I didn't have enough Spirit Gauge. There it missed as well. And see, it completely missed there. And I don't know if I'm supposed to do another button prompt. There it only hit 3 times. Like, it's way weaker and almost doesn't feel worth it to do because of how bad the aim on it is. So I don't know. I'm not... There's certain things about the wire bug I'm not feeling. Luckily, our item radial menu is back. You open it holding L. One thing that is not back is using the D-pad does not move your item bar. It switches between these other things like calling your dog to ride it or having your feline use Felvine, though I don't know what that is. I don't know what that did. It did something. But yeah, and little communication things like I now have to hold L and hit Y and A to switch between my items and my item bar or use my radial menu. Not a fan. I loved using my paddles and mapping them to the D-pad to be able to easily switch through my items on the fly. And now I can't do that. Okay, so that is the Great Azuchi. Not too rough. It's a pretty simple monster to fight. I only showed off one of the wire bug moves. Hopefully I'll be able to show the other one off in the next quest, but I'm like I said, I'm not liking that they moved the Spirit Helmbreaker to the wire bug because I have issues using it mid-combo now because, one, my muscle memory is not there yet, so it is partially me, but two, if it shoots you over the monster a lot, and then you miss, and then you set yourself in a bad position for continuing to fight the monster. The second one, I just don't know the monster's movements all well enough yet that it's a counter move similar to Foresight Slash, but you just kind of sit there, and you can't do anything while it's up. So if the monster doesn't hit the wire bug that you set up, you just kind of waste time. So I'm still getting used to it. I do think this quest was a little smoother than when I did the online, but I still think I had some frame rate issues, which is troubling. Thank you for playing. No. Okay. So now we'll move on to the intermediate quest. So this is Slay a Mizutsune. This is cool just because Mizutsune is awesome and it's nice to see it coming back. Obviously there were no Leviathans in World and Iceborne because they couldn't get the skeleton to work in the World and Iceborne maps. They were having issues and it was causing problems. So it's cool that we're going to have Leviathans back. This means that we can have things like Legiate Crews and Agnactor back, as well as plenty of others. And a lot of people's favorite monsters are the Leviathans, so it's very cool. And Mizutsune is probably one of the coolest Leviathans anyway. Its little bubble status effect is really fun to deal with, so this should be a good time. So we'll longsword again, and I think we're going to check out the move guide so that we can see if maybe there's something special I'm supposed to do with that Spirit Helmbreaker to make it hit more times or something, because it seems really weak right now. Getting 1 or 3 hits is not worth the time and investment you have to put into it. I could hit many more times in that time, and it doesn't really do more damage. It doesn't seem like, maybe a little more, but not much. What it does do, though, is it does attacks that count towards knocking the monster into a state where you can do the Wyvern Riding, but I mean, there's other means for getting that, and it doesn't seem effective enough, because when I was playing the other day, I kept using Spirit Helmbreaker, and it never got me a Wyvern Riding. It's going to take more practice, I think. I think most of my complaints really just come down to I need more time with the game, other than frame rate. Frame rate, either my eyes need to adjust, or it really is a problem. You all can be the judges of that based on the video, but I do think that it is having some frame rate drops, which is not ideal. I don't know what that little thing that's following me is. It's not a scout fly, but it could be a scout fly. Oh, okay. So it even, I guess I didn't pay attention when I opened the start menu before. So you can see how many of each of the little birds you picked up, which then of course tells you how, and then it shows you how much your max health and stamina is, and it says it's a hunting pedalist 2. I don't know if that's the little flame thingy or if that's something else, but I would assume that's the flame thingy. Oh, also that arrow that is there, I don't know. I haven't messed with the settings enough. I'm assuming that can be turned off. It's just guiding you towards your mission objective. I don't like it, and I probably should turn it off. I'll look in a moment, because we get... This is the best part of this demo. They give us a full 50 minutes. In past demos, you got like 15 minutes. Now they're giving us a full 50 minutes. So that's nice. You can play around and do stuff and hunt down Endemic Life, and that's pretty nice. But I do see, okay, so it's saying... It's saying I'm getting a boost of 10 attack, or is it saying my attack is at 10? There's no way my attack's at 10. That would be just the worst. Can I look at my... Oh, I can't look at my equipment info. No, it's poop. But that... Okay, so that's nice. So when you pick up the orange bird, you get some extra armor. If you pick up a red bird, you get extra attack. Yellow is stamina. Green is HP. Again, I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like it's going to cause a lot of time of just hunting down Endemic Life rather than hunting the monster. And... while I like having extra things to do in a hunt, I don't want them to be any sort of mandatory to be... And I know they'll never be mandatory. You probably can do all of this without ever getting any buffs. But much like the Clutch Claw's wounding mechanic wasn't mandatory, you killed monsters a lot faster if you used it. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, you don't have to use it, but if you're way more successful if you do use them, I don't know how I feel. But I do like that Endemic Life has a purpose this time, other than just being pretty and in the world. It was great in Iceborne and World because it made the world look alive and real, but outside of, you know, collecting them and them making the world look alive, they were kind of pointless. Whereas here, they have a purpose, and that I do think that's kind of nice. What is Helper Cage? Open your Helper Cage to see what you've caught. Oh, okay, I don't care about that. That must be for Endemic Life. Hunter notes, okay. Weapon controls, longsword. Okay, so overhead slash, thrust, attack while moving. Wait, that's all you call it, attack while moving? It's a fade slash, come on. Spirit blade, foresight, special sheath, we know all that. Spirit gauge, we know that. Foresight slash, we know that. Special sheath, after an attack, press ZRB to perform a special sheath. Okay, so it is just called Special Sheath still, so there must be something else that has some kind of other name. Pressing X will perform an EI slash, while pressing ZR will perform a Spirit EI slash, or EI Spirit slash, I'm sorry. After a period of time, the Special Sheath will revert to a normal sheath. The Quick Sheath skill affects Special Sheath, while the skills Critical Draw and Punching Draw affect EI attacks. We know all that. EI slash, if you land a hit with the EI slash, your Spirit gauge will start to increase automatically, so that's the same as World and Iceborne, just Iceborne, right? Yeah, just Iceborne. I can't remember if World had the special sheath. I don't think it did. I'm pretty certain that was Iceborne only. I believe so. Man, that shows how long it's been since Iceborne was being shown and stuff. I can't even remember what new things were added with Iceborne, but I'm pretty certain the special sheath was added with Iceborne. Yeah, it had to have been. Anyway, the Ice Spirit Slash. A mad attack that decreases the spirit gauge to 1 level. Time this against the monster attack to repeatedly connect with the attack and keep your gauge up. Minor attacks won't interrupt you. This, I think, is incorrect, but we'll have to test it, because I'm pretty certain they changed it, and they must have just copied this from Iceborne. If I remember correctly, the EI Spirit Slash now, if you time it wrong, there's no negative effect. But if you get it right, your spirit gauge goes up a level. We'll have to test it. Soaring Kick. The Silkbind attack activated by pressing ZLX. So that's what they call the Spirit EI, or the Spirit Helmbreaker now. Uses a wire bug to launch you into a jump kick that, if connects, will trigger a plunging thrust. Okay, yeah, so that it's a kick. You have to hit him with your foot. Landing the thrust autofills your spirit gauge for a short period of time. If you press ZR after landing the kick, you'll perform a spirit... Oh, that's what it is. I'm not... Okay, I've been hitting the wrong button. I've been hitting X after hitting the kick rather than ZR. I should have gone into this. Okay, so I've just been doing the Soaring Kick with a plunging thrust, but there is a Spirit Helmbreaker that uses a level of the spirit gauge. Got it. And then Serene Pose is the other... That's the one I thought that they renamed the special sheath, but Serene Pose is the other Silkbug attack, or Silkbind attack. A Silkbind attack activated by pressing ZL and A. Taking a hit while your weapon is at the ready will swiftly lead into a counterattack. I don't know if you take damage or not, so I guess we'll have to test it. So we got a bit to test here. There's more monsters on the map with this quest, because there's 3. I probably should have shown off the second monster that was in the other quest. It was in Argyros. Oh, look, a Rathian. Let's go mess with that for a moment. I want to test some stuff.
Pay attention to your stamina.
Alright, so the first thing we'll test is the Spirit EI Slash. Let's see if it sends a gauge down if we use it. So we're at white. Okay, I was right. The instructions are incorrect. If you use the Spirit EI Slash incorrectly, you don't lose a gauge. It just leaves you wide open and doesn't do much damage. If you time it correctly, you get to go up a gauge level. And on top of going up a gauge level, you can also now follow it up with Spirit, the like third Spirit attack. It's the one where you do the little 3-hit flurry, and then follow that up with a Spirit Roundhouse Slash. So unlike in Iceborne, where you could only follow up the Spirit EI Slash with a Spirit Helmbreaker, you now have more options, which is kind of nice. Holy crap, stamina seems to drop really fast in this game, because I already have lost a level of stamina. Did I forget to pick up items? I did. Alright, we'll go back to camp in a moment. Let's fight this for a second, because I had other things I wanted to check. I want to check out that Spirit Helmbreaker. That didn't seem right. Okay, I must have timed it wrong. Let's try this again. I missed the kick. Also, I don't know how I feel about the music. It's very thematic for the area, but I don't know how I feel about it yet. There it was. Okay, so yeah, that was the Spirit Helmbreaker. I just missed. See, I don't like the Foresight Slash as much in this. For whatever reason, I feel like it's not as effective. Like, I definitely feel like I got hit by an attack and it didn't activate my Foresight counter. Alright, so the last thing we need to check is Serene Pose, but I think the Rathian's leaving. So, you open the map by holding down the minus button, and then you fast travel by hitting A, and then we can go to the main camp, because that's the only camp. So let's go back there. I gotta grab items real quick, because I forgot to. Okay, so Spirit Helmbreaker makes sense now. It's just muscle memory I need to regain. That's good. And we proved that the Spirit EI Slash description is incorrect. It does not work like it did in Iceborne. It now has a new function, which is totally fine. I actually did not like it the way it worked in Iceborne because I almost never used it because I was very commonly risking a level of my spirit gauge because it's hard to time it properly. It has a very short window. So I definitely... Oh, why'd you leave, Palamute? So I definitely prefer the way this one works, that if you screwed up, you're just leaving yourself open because you can't really follow it up. And if you do it right, you get a gauge as well as having a better follow-up attacks after it. So I do think Rise did a good thing with the Spirity Eye Slash for sure. I wanted to get good with it in Iceborne, but just the risk was a lot higher than the reward. Because if you did it right, yeah, okay, you dodge an attack, you don't lose a spirit gauge, and you do some damage, but the only follow-up to it was the Spirit Helmbreaker, which a lot of times it put you out of range to use, or the monster was going to do something else, and so using it was dangerous. And it also left you wide open, so it was like, there wasn't a lot of use case for it. But it was cool when it went off because you'd do a ton of damage. I guess let's get off our Palamute and go up this way so that we can... Yeah, okay, so wall running is weird. You only do wall running when you use a wire bug first, which is kind of problematic for the most part. What does a stink mink? Gimme. A weasel that sprays special pheromones that attract monsters. Okay, so it's like the Challenger Mantle. So see, I can wall run now, but you can only wall run as long as you hold down the sprint button, otherwise you'll jump off. And I still think you can only go up a certain amount before it will make you jump off anyway. So let's go after Mizutsune here, which it looks like the Mizutsune and another monster are together, which will be kind of problematic. So it looks like we've gotten 4 total armor buffs, but it doesn't look like it added it to the left total. So that's weird. That's a weird way to display that. So yeah, we've gotten an extra 4 armor, an extra 10 health, extra 5 stamina, it seems. Okay. Fair enough, I guess. Oh, okay, it's a great Azuchi and the Mizutsune that are over here. What are these? Still getting used to controls. What are those? Gold spear bug. A golden insect restores some stamina when picked up and can be stored. Jewel lilies found. You can place a great wire bug here. What? Great wire bug. What? I don't even understand what just happened. But it did give me some more stuff. Whoa. So I got 2 of those things. It restores some stamina, and you can store them. I don't understand. Are they an item I use? Not that I can tell. Yeah, there's still some stuff in this game that are... It's, like, really difficult to... Can you only mine once? Oh, but it gave me all the... Okay, so you mine once, but you get everything in one swing. That's kind of nice, because I got 3 earth crystals. But yeah, like, there's a lot of stuff that's going to take a bit to get used to because it's different now. What I want to know is why the heck do I keep you? Oh, I do get to keep you. Okay, so puppet spiders can be used. So a spider that spits a sticky web, which can be used like reins for Wyvern Riding. You can use them on monsters to activate Wyvern Riding, so that's kind of cool. I'm glad I found that. There's something else I was going to say, and I forgot what it was because I got distracted. There's just a lot of stuff, though, that we're going to have to learn as we go, and once the game comes out. Like, I have no idea what that... Some of the controls are not easy either with the verticality. But yeah, I don't know what those weird golden bugs were that we got. What is this? Trap bugs. Insects with sharp horns. A monster that tramples them will flee temporarily. Oh, I don't want that. I generally get annoyed when monsters run away. Alright. Alright, let's go check out the Mizutsune. That, of course, left. Son of a... Come here, Leon. So you can still jump off of your Palamute like you could the Raider rides to get an aerial attack. And I somehow missed. That's awesome. So the way that you do Wyvern Riding is by doing aerial attacks or Silkbind attacks. You can tell if you're doing attacks that will work for Wyvern Riding because they will be blue. Or they'll like have a blue background at least. Oh god, the bubbles. See, like, why is the Foresight Slash so far behind now? I didn't think it activated because it now happens way later than the attack you dodge. Oh god, did I dodge that? How did I dodge that? Oh god. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I meant to hit ZL, I hit L. Like I said, I'm still getting used to buttons. Oh, thanks for healing me. Hey, I got the Spirit Helm Breaker in. So now Spirit Helm Breaker seems to be the only longsword attack that lowers your spirit gauge, which is kind of cool. Oh god, I've got the bubbles, which means that I'm going to be sliding like crazy. Let's find our cleansers here. Nope. I want to do Serene Pose, but I don't know Mizutsune's attack patterns well enough yet. Oh god, no. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Yeah, my muscle memory is not great for this yet. So there's Serene Pose. Did I hit? I don't even know if I hit or if I took damage or what happened, but I don't think I hit and I don't think I took damage. I don't even know what happened there. That's what I want to be on. Ah. Ah! It's gonna take me a lot to get used to some of this stuff. Once I do, I think it'll be fine, but for now... You and your stupid bubbles! Oh god, no! I rolled into that. That was my bad. Stop moving away from me. Dang it. I can't get up to the Spirit Roundhouse. Give me my health bubbles. Alright, so it ran away. So we'll chase it down. And I think I'm going to use a trap on it. Come here, Leon. Why are you running away from me? We'll try and trap it to get some hits in. Oh, that's right. It went up. So I have to also go up. Oh, I gotta get used to that. Two lilies found. Help me out. Ooh, an Antidobra. A snake that shoots a poison antidote. Can be used to cure and prevent poison. How funny is that? It's a cobra that heals poison. It's not venomous, it's anti-venomous. Ooh, are you an attack one? Yes, you are. Come here. Why? Come on, I got an attack buff right now. Come here. You see how much she was, like, being on top of me before, and now I have an attack buff? She decides to stay away.
Use the whetstone.
Ah, that was my bad. I should have used a whetstone before coming here. Oh well. How is that not a foresight attack? Ow. I think we angered her again. Ah! I feel like Longsword is not as mobile as I want it to be anymore. Ow. Because with her moving around as much as she does, I'm having a lot of trouble actually getting... See, that's the problem with the new Foresight. I got it off, but I couldn't tell until I had already hit another input because it takes so long for it to inform you that it worked. I don't like that one bit. And I really hope that by the time that Rise releases, they've changed it. Oh, come on, really? That's when you're gonna do that? Cool, that worked. Awesome. Ah! I had a good combo going there. No! Why can't I do my Superman dive? Did they get rid of the Superman dive? I'd be really upset about that. Alright, I'm starting to like this better. I'm having a lot more control over stuff. Oh. Now that I'm kind of getting used to the controls, it's starting to flow a lot better, but I still... It doesn't feel right, and I don't know that it's necessarily the game. I don't think it's necessarily that anything's bad. I think it's just different. And once I've adjusted, I think I'll have a lot more fun with it. I'm just so used to Iceborne that it's hard to change. So I don't know that I necessarily think the change is bad yet. I think that it's just different. I've said there are a few things that I don't like, namely, I don't know that I still don't know that I like the Spirit Helmbreaker being tied to the wire bug, but the fact that they've adjusted and honestly fixed the Spirit EI Slash, it may not bug me as much as I think, because I hopefully will be using that a lot more. So it's basically swapping the Spirit Helmbreaker for the Spirit EI Slash, and then even then I'm still probably using the Helmbreaker more than I used to use the Spirit EI Slash, because it's easier to use since you just have to wait for a wire bug to be available. It's not like you have to time it perfectly or anything like you used to with the Spirit EI Slash. So it's, I think, once I kind of get used to everything, it'll be a lot better. still have not been able to cause Wyvern Riding. Oh, I hit the wrong button! Shoot! I meant to do the Silkbind move. I'm still not used to it. I will be eventually, I swear. No! Well, I mean, it still did the attack, and I did take damage, it seemed. God dang it. But I got hit by a bubble, not by Mizutsune. Oh shoot, I'm bubbled. Alright, she ran away. We've got another trap that we'll try and use in the next area. Oh, hello Rathian. Not worried about you right now. Alright, she didn't go far enough away for me to jump on my Palamute. Ow! I'm here. Oh, of course, you always do that when I need you to come at me. Come at me, bro! Come on. I don't want to sharpen because I know as soon as I sharpen, she'll definitely run at me. Okay, there we go. Should have done the Spirit Eye Slash there. Oh, it missed! Son of a butthole. Nice! Knocked it out of the air. I love it. Oh, I ran out of Spirit Gauge. That's not good. Let's do this. Start building on your own. Okay, I tried to do the special sheath, and for whatever reason, the input didn't take. Not sure what's going on there. Oh, how did that hit me? That had a huge range. Oh god. I love that move. I think it's super cool, but dear lord, is it hard to dodge sometimes. Oh, that's how it hit me. Okay, so it's Mizutsune shooting it out, and then it explodes like a giant bubble. Got it. I didn't realize that before. Stop running away. It's making it really hard to combo. I didn't have enough for the freaking... Spirit Roundhouse Slash. Something's different about how the combo works after the EI Slash. Something's not... I think they cut a move out of it, and so it gets you to the Roundhouse faster, but I'm not ever having enough Spirit Gauge for it. Oh crap, that's what you're doing. You're shooting out your laser. Oh crap! I thought it was gonna stop. It did not. really want to do that Silkbind Serenity pose or whatever, or Serene pose or whatever it's called, but I haven't had an opening for it, really. See, there I had an opening, but, oh, okay, so it lets you follow up with the spirit combo as well. But yeah, I got an opening there, but, she hit the wrong side, because she jumps around so much. So I don't know how I'm going to feel about that move in the long run. Honestly, I'm not liking it much. It uses up 2 wire bug charges, and then it's almost impossible to hit. Maybe it'll be better when we have better weapons and stuff. I don't know. She didn't go very far. See, there I hit roll after my attack, and it didn't come out. That's what I mean by things feeling sluggish and unresponsive, is like I'm hitting buttons, and the actions sometimes just don't happen. Well, here's our friendly Bofongo. Alright, we got Wyvern Riding, finally. That took a long time. Alright, so we did the full thing. Does a lot of damage when you smash them into the wall. Basically, you can smash them into the wall once for every charge of your wire bug. Now, here's something that irritates me. I once again hit the special sheath buttons, but they just didn't sheath. And I don't know why. Now, I will say the Wyvern Riding, the knockdown does not last very long. So there's at least, oh god, there's at least that. Come on, really? Alright, let's just... So it's not too OP. Oh god, that's not what I thought she was doing. It's not too OP because the knockdown doesn't last long, but getting 3 wall bangs, that was 300 some damage. Okay. That was a weird move for her to do. God, I can't even... My stamina wears out so fast, it feels. She moves out of my combos! I don't even know what happened there. Alright. Starting to have some major problems with this fight. Now I gotta eat well-done steak so that my stamina's not just gone. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, but they, I hope, fix that too, that your stamina wears out way too quick. I feel like I'm micromanaging way too much stuff here. And that, I think, is my biggest problem now. And I know you can see all the frame issues I'm having. This is running very poorly. And that's unacceptable with how much she's moving around. I can't constantly have my frames dropping like that. It's too hard to keep up. That's annoying. Did not need to go up on that ledge. Okay, done. Alright. I started to get frustrated there at the end because... So, they've moved stuff around. I hope I can change the HUD. For one, I don't want my items over on the right. For whatever reason, I definitely keep my eyes on the left side of the screen more. And having the items on the right, it is taking me way too long to find the items I need. 2, I don't like I can't use my D-pad to sort through items. I hope that's changed as well, and I get the option to use the D-pad for that. I'm almost never going to use whatever is in this menu At least I think I'm not going to use it very often. So I'd much rather be able to easily get to my items, because when I'm having to look down to find my items, and obviously I'll be able to adjust my item radial menu and make it make more sense, so I'm not having to sort through items as much. But you know, this is a demo, so I haven't played around with it too much. But those are my biggest gripes, is there's a lot to micromanage between wire bug charges, getting to the items you want, keeping an eye on the monster, the frame rate. It's a lot to consume. And it's fun, but until I get adjusted, I'm going to have a lot of frustration, I think. And I'm hoping that I can adjust, and it's not something that I'm just never going to end up enjoying. I think the game as a whole, I'll definitely end up loving, but I think there are some things that I'm worried, at least at this point, that I'm never going to be like, oh yeah, this is fine. I think there are things that are always, I'm going to be like, no. And the main one being frame rate. I'm sure I can move the HUD around. Most of the Monster Hunter games let you adjust your HUD in some ways, at least. I hope it at least lets me move things. If I can only turn stuff off, that's fine too, but it doesn't help. I'll have to adjust to the items being on the right. But overall, it's fun. I'm starting to get used to some of the changes. Again, I almost never use Serene Pose. It's not very good. Like, Foresight Slash is a lot easier to aim, it's a lot faster, and still does what I want, it just does less damage. Serene Pose is just a counter. We used it 2 or 3 times there, and it never worked, because every time I tried to use it, the monster would then jump to my other side, and it would activate Serene Pose, but I wouldn't hit anything. So, I don't know. It's gonna take some practice to get used to that. I like being able, the fact that Foresight Slash lets me aim where I go, and is a quick counter. However, they even kind of broke Foresight Slash because it takes so long for it to notify you that yes, it worked, and you're going to be able to finish up the move. So that's not great. The Spirit Helmbreaker, though, I'm fine with its change. Spirit EI Slash I definitely like a lot better now. So those two things are good. The Wyvern Riding's fine. There's no more mounting. There's just Wyvern Riding. There's no more clutch claws. There's no wall banging outside of the Wyvern Riding. So they kind of mutated the two things together. You do aerial attacks, silkbind attacks, get the Wyvern Riding, and then you can do the wall banging from Iceborne, or you can fight other monsters while riding the monster for a limited time. But there, you can get a maximum of 3 wire bugs, so you can do a maximum of 3 wall bangs, which, at least against Mizutsune, did like 330 some damage. Which is a good chunk, but it's not an obscene amount, I don't think. The other thing with it, to balance that, so you get those 3 hits and do a bunch of damage. When it falls down afterwards, the knockdown's not very long when you compare it to mount knockdowns and wallbang knockdowns from Iceborne and the mount knockdowns from previous games. So it does seem like they mutated them together and balanced it out. So we'll see how I feel about it. I'm not a huge fan of the Wyvern Riding, but I don't think it's bad either. I'm just kind of in the middle. I do think it feels kind of better than mounting. Mounting kind of felt silly. Wyvern Riding, at least, seems like there's more agency to it. I'm not just sitting there holding a button and then, mashing another button until the monster falls down. Now I'm at least doing something with it. So I kind of do like that, a little more interaction. So, yeah, overall, I think Rise is going to be fun. I think it's going to be a good game. I think it needs some polish, primarily in the frame rate department, as well as maybe some of the other functions. I would love for Foresight Slash to notify me sooner. It takes way too long to notify. And I don't know. I think I just have to get better at using the Serene Pose. I don't know that that's necessarily the game. If it's powerful, it makes sense. But it just, like, with... And Mizutsune might just be a bad target for it because she jumps around so much. And it might be better for monsters like Rathian that charge right at you. That's totally possible. So, yeah, overall, it's looking good. Will it be Iceborne good for me? I don't know yet. We'll see when the actual game comes out. So that's probably all the coverage I'm going to do on Monster Hunter Rise until the game comes out, unless something, like, if they do like another monster reveal digital event or something, we'll check that out. But otherwise, there probably won't be anything else I do with Rise until it comes out. It's only, just about 3 months away, so it'll be here faster than faster than you know it. So in any case, please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. You can also subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell icon to get email updates when I upload new videos. And of course, you can leave any comments or suggestions in the area below the video. I have left my Twitch and Twitter links in the description. That way you can check out those platforms if interested. However, that is all I have for you today. So thank you so much for watching. And as usual, this is Xephyr, signing out.